today's Crafty Friday video on SoCraftastic is all about slime. Pixy Stix slime, to be more exact. It smells super good. Fun announcement for you guys, I actually opened up my cat's YouTube channel again, which is Leo McWhiskers. I'm going to be posting on there every single Sunday. I just posted a video of his where he walks on a leash, so go ahead and check that out. I will link his channel below. That's right, my cat has a YouTube channel. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, then please click the red subscribe button down below so you will never miss a video from me here on SoCraftastic, and so we can reach 2 million plus subscriber family members. And finally, give this video a thumbs up if you think slime is fun. Now let's get into the tutorial, and I can't snap, but let's go. For the slime, go ahead and gather a 4-ounce bottle of school glue, which can be white or the clear gel, whichever you choose, and then pour that into a medium-sized bowl. Make sure to get out as much as you can. You can even add a little bit of water into the bottle and swish it around to get out even more. After that, you'll want to dump in about a 1/3 cup of room temperature water. Then mix it all up with any type of utensil, which can be a plastic one or even a popsicle stick. The final thing I'm going to add to this bowl is a Pixy Stick, and this is going to bring the color and a little bit of scent into this half of the slime mixture. As you can see, I chose blue because it's a really pretty color, and I poured the contents into the bowl and mixed those up. I think I added 6 or 8 Pixy Stix to the bowl just to give it more pigment. Now set that aside for a little while so you can prepare the second half of the slime mixture. For this, I am using Borax powder, which I purchased for a very inexpensive price at Walmart. I'm using 1 teaspoon of this, and then I'm dumping that into 1 cup of warm water. And I did clean off the plastic spoon that I mixed the other part with before, so there's no glue on that. So combine that borax powder into the water, and the reason it's warm is because it'll help it dissolve quicker. You want all the powder to dissolve so you can't see any clumps. Once that's combined, go ahead and take the borax mixture and pour that into the glue and Pixy Stick mixture. You'll want to just pour a little bit at a time like I'm doing here and stir that as you pour. And here is where I realized that the Pixy Stick slime mixture is so much different than the plain snow slime that I made a while back. I'll link that below, and I'll also show you some footage later. But the borax that I'm dumping in is not making it harden and slime up as quickly as it normally would when you don't add the Pixy Stick. And I think that has to do with the different types of sugar and the tiny bit of citric acid that is actually present in the candy. It forms a different type of reaction, and I don't know how to scientifically explain why the molecules want to react differently or not bond the same way. So since it wasn't setting up, I mixed another 1 teaspoon of borax powder into a cup of water and tried to do that and add that into the bowl, but then there was too much liquid, so I just went and added straight borax powder, which I don't recommend you do. I recommend that you saturate the water with just a ton of borax powder and actually dissolve it first, but the amount of borax powder is not something that I can measure. I think it's going to vary for everyone, but I probably used a cup of it at least of borax powder. I'm not even kidding. Look at how much I'm dumping in here. But if you are going to do it the way I am, it's kind of cool because it will actually feel more like a Pixy Stick. It'll feel more powdery but slimy at the same time. It's kind of like a kinetic sand that's gooey. I definitely think it's worth a try because after I did put the powder in separately, it slimed up. It was awesome. When you stick your hand in slowly, it likes to really grip to your skin and get all over and stay on you, so it's a lot different, like I said, than the other type of slime when you don't add the candy powder. But once you make faster movements, it likes to stick to itself, the slime does, and it'll come off your skin really easily. A little bit will be left over, so it's a little bit more messy, but that's easily washed off. But as you can see, it's very flowy, very slimy, and very bungee. So this is very interesting stuff, and it does smell a little bit like the Pixy Stick flavor, which is also cool, but do not eat it. Please, 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 if you are making this with young children, do not let them use this on their own if you think that they may possibly eat it, because borax is not something that you can eat. So as promised, here's a little snippet from my previous video, Snow Slime, that I made a few months back, and you can tell that it's just not as sticky when it comes to your skin. But not saying that the Pixy Stix slime is actually sticky. It's hard to explain because your fingers don't feel sticky after you use it. It's just like it clings to it more, if that makes sense. P.S. While you're watching me play with this slime, please remember to click the red subscribe button if you enjoy my videos, become part of the SoCraftastic family, and you will never miss a new video from me. This part of the video, I'm doing some random experimentation with different powders. So here I'm pouring in citric acid just to see what it'll do to the mixture. And after just maybe 30 seconds or so, it actually separated the liquid from the goo. And then when you squeeze on the goo really hard, it turns to this clumpy, weird, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like a weird, clumpy, like very dried out material. Kind of feels like dried toothpaste, maybe. Not that I've felt that many times, but the second thing I tried is baking powder, and that did basically the same thing, but it took a little longer to make the reaction. So it bubbled a little bit more first and then separated. The third thing I tried is cornstarch, and this actually made the slime a little bit thicker. It was still kind of sticky and wasn't the same as the regular glue slime without the candy powder, but it was different. So that's something else that you guys could try if you want to tweak the recipe a bit. Moving on to something that uses the same theory as the cornstarch in the slime, I'm going to take vanilla frosting and put powdered sugar with that, as well as candy powder, of course. And it's going to create some type of Play-Doh / fondant type mixture, which is really fun to play with. And I feel like even if you just added the Pixy Stix powder to the frosting, you can make some very flavorful cupcakes. I tasted a little lick of each, very delicious, but super sugary, of course. Not my thing because I don't eat tons of sugary things. I'm the kind of person who like scrapes off a lot of the frosting on my cake and just eats the cake part. So if you can relate, let me know in the comment section below. I think it's kind of an odd thing, but I do see more and more people doing it. I guess frosting just gets too overwhelming sometimes. But anyway, I was just kind of talking while I was doing stuff. Pour in a ton of powdered sugar. Seriously, not an amount that I could measure. It's just something you have to eyeball and see for yourself. Just keep adding it until the frosting is no longer sticky, but also not too hard that it crumbles. So then you will be left with this edible Play-Doh type stuff. And also, I feel like since this is not really a genuine Play-Doh consistency, it's fun to play with, but it's not exactly like the Play-Doh brand Play-Doh. There is an awesome recipe that I used a couple years ago in my Jello Play-Doh video, and I will link that below. I think that you could use the Pixy Stix powder in place of the Jello powder and make some really awesome Play-Doh like that. I think that the Pixy Stix give the dough a really pretty pastel color, but if you're going for more of a vibrant look, you could of course add food coloring as well. Final word of advice is to of course store these dough / slimy guys in airtight containers, such as these glass ones with plastic lids. You could also use sandwich bags. I made this on Monday and I let it sit out without the lid for about 5 hours in the room, and then I covered it, and then overnight I let it sit. So this had been covered for maybe 12 hours, and then I decided to film again. All the borax powder separated to the bottom. So if you don't like that powdery sandy feeling, you can of course just take all the slime from the top that's really smooth and separate it from the more thick part at the bottom, but you can also mix it back together and make it into a different consistency. So it's still really slimy and stretchy and not dried out after a night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I've had this slime since Monday and I'm filming on a Thursday. No mold, no drying. It's still pretty fun. I don't know how long exactly you can keep it, but for those of you who try and make it, let people know in the future. I'm so distracted. I'm about to film the outro for my new vlog and post that today, but by the time you're watching the vlog, it'll have been in the past because the vlog is going up on a Thursday, and you're not watching this till at least Friday. All this confusing like past, present YouTube self stuff. And in an upcoming vlog, not that I can move my hair because my hands are slimy, I'm going to be doing a haul of a bunch of stuff that I have been purchasing online lately and at the stores. So if you want to see those, you can subscribe to my vlog channel. Thank you so much for 4.5 thousand subscribers already. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Check out all my social media links in the description box below. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye! I can't fix my hair because my hands are slimy, man. have a hair in my mouth, but I can't get it out. Oh, I just touched my face with slime. And my hair is still in my mouth. Pixie slick. Pixie slick. Pixie slick. Oh, I just dripped it on my pants. That is why I'm on the ground. I didn't want to get my chair dirty.